Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
Here there is a question given. You have to tell a square and a rectangular field with measurements as given in the figure have the same perimeter. These two figures, they are saying they have the same perimeter. Which field has a larger area? Right. So is the perimeter same? Can we check that? Just see, they are saying the perimeter is same, and they are asking which will have the larger area. So the perimeter of the square, what is the perimeter of the square? Just to see. So we will write that perimeter of square is equal to perimeter of this rectangle which is given to us. Perimeter of square is 4 into side. Perimeter of rectangle is 2 into length plus breadth. We know 4 into the side of the square is given to us, that is 60. 2 into the length is given to us as 80, but we don't know the breadth. So can we find out breadth using this? Definitely we can find out. So 4 into 60 divided by 2 equals 80 plus b. So cancelling it, 2 2s are 4. What we get? 120 is equal to 80 plus b. So b will be equal to 120 minus 80, and that comes out to be 40. What is the unit given? Meter. So meter will be the unit. Is that clear? So B is the 40. That means we got the breadth as a 40 meter. Now can we find the area of both the figures? Definitely. Area of square. What is the formula for area of square, students? It is side into side. So we will write 60 meter into 60 meter. That gives us how much? 3600 square meter. Now we will find out area of rectangle. What is area of rectangle formula? Length into breadth. Length is 80 meter, breadth is 40 meter. 8 fours are 32. 3200 square meter. So which area is more? 3600 or 3200? 3600. So which field has a greater area? The answer is square. So what we have done, we were given one thing in the question, that the perimeter of the square and the perimeter of the rectangle are equal. We equated both of them. We know the formula of both of them. We are given the side of square, so square area definitely can be calculated. But for calculating the area of rectangle, we need length and breadth both. We are just given one. So when we equated the perimeter, we got our breadth. That comes out to be 40 meters, and after that we can easily find out the area of both the figures and compare them. And after comparison, we come to know that yet the side of the square is less, right, than the length of rectangle, but it is occupying more area. It has a larger area, right? So this is how we need to attempt this question. Let us go to another kind of question. If you see here, there is a figure given to you. They are saying Mrs. Koshik has a square plot with the measurements as shown in the figure. You see 25 meter and 25 meter. This is the square plot. Now she wants to construct a house in the middle of the plot. So she wants to construct a house as shown in the figure. This is the house, and the dimension of the plot where the house is to be constructed is 15 meter and 20 meter. That means the house is going to be rectangular in shape. So then they are saying a garden is developed around the house. This is the garden where it is written. Find the total cost of developing a garden around the house at the rate of rupees 55 per square meter. That means for gardening, the cost is rupees 55 per square meter. For 1 square meter, we have to spend rupees 55 for the gardening. Now, first of all, we will find out definitely the cost. We must know the area of this path, or I say, just see, they are saying a garden is developed. So area of this garden, that is grey colored here, that should be known to us. Only then we can find out the cost. Okay, so can we find out area of the square? So you can just name it A, B, C, D. This is the square plot that she has, and suppose E, F, G H. This is the rectangular plot where she wants to have the house. So from this square plot, if I subtract this rectangle's area, right, what we will be left with? We will be left with the area that is there for gardening. So what we will find? We will find area of square plot ABCD. It is side into side. What is the side given to us? It is given to us as 25. 25 meter into 25 meter. How much it will be? 25 and 25 is 625 square meter. Right? Now students, we are given 15 meter and 20 meter for EFGH, which is a rectangle. So we will find out area of plot EFGH. Okay, for EFGH we will apply the formula of length into breadth. Length is given as 15 and 20. Like length is 20, breadth is 15. So 15 to the 30, we get 300 square meter. This is the area of the plot that is there for constructing the house. Now area left for garden. Okay, how we will find? From the area of square, we will subtract the area of EFGH. So area of square ABCD is 625 square meter minus area of EFGH, that is 300 square meter. So how much do we get? 625 minus 300. Right? So how much we get? 325 square meter. So this is the area that is there for gardening. Now if this is for gardening, now we know that for 1 square meter cost is how much? What is cost of gardening? Rupees 55. So for how much we have to calculate? For what is the total area? 325 square meter. Cost of gardening. What will be the cost of gardening or developing the garden? It is rupees 55 multiplied with 325. Right? And this is going to give us our answer. So just try out this calculation in your notebooks. We're going to get the answer. Right? We have to multiply 55 with 325. So solving it, we get 17,000 rupees, 17,875. So what we have done in the question, students, we were given a square plot and we were given a rectangular plot inside it in which the house is to be constructed, and the cost of gardening around this house is given to be rupees 55 per square meter. So using that we had to calculate, and we have calculated. First we calculated the area of the square plot, that is ABCD. Then we calculated the area for the house. From that square plot, if we subtract the area of house, we are left with the place where the garden is to be developed, and then we calculated area of gardening after subtracting these two. We know for 1 square meter the cost is to be rupees 55. Then for 325 square meter, cost of gardening will be rupees 55 multiplied with 325. That gives us rupees 17,875. Okay. In this question, the shape of the garden is rectangular in the middle. So you see this is a rectangle in the middle. Okay, and semicircular. So this and this are semicircular at the ends as shown in the diagram. Find the area and perimeter of this garden. We have to find the perimeter as well as we have to find the area of garden. Now they are saying length of rectangle is. So they have given us one hint. What are they saying? Length of rectangle is 20 minus 3.5 plus 3.5. Why are we doing that? Just see. If this is 7, this is given to us as 7, this is the diameter. So what will be the radius? This is the radius. It is 3.5. And what will be the radius of this also? It will be 3.5. So if I have to find the length of the rectangle, right? So what will be the length of rectangle? 20 minus 3.5 subtracted from this side and 3.5 subtracted, because see this portion we have to definitely remove for the length of the rectangle, right? So this is 3.5. Okay, first of all let us work on the perimeter. The perimeter will be given by, just see, we have this complete as 20, so 20 meter plus, what is this? This is the circumference of this semicircle. How do we find the circumference of this semicircle? So circumference will be 2 pi r is the circumference for circle. That means pi r is the circumference for this one. Now pi r plus, again we have here 20 meters. So circumference mean the perimeter means the sum of the boundary I am taking. So again 20 meter we have. The complete is 20 meter. Right, and then what do we have? We have then, or what we can do is simply just see what we will do for perimeter. What we need to do we need to include these? No, we just have to include the boundary, right? So what we have is, just see, what about this much? It is 20 minus 3.5 and 3.5, as I told you, it is how much? 7. 20 minus 7 gives us 13. So 13 meter is the length of this rectangle. So we have 13 plus these semicircular endings are there, its circumference. So circumference is 13 meter plus, of the two semicircular ends, what will be the circumference? Pi r plus pi r. Right, and we know r is 3.5 in this case, plus we are left with this side, that is also 13 meter. Okay, so 13 meter plus pi r plus pi r is 2 pi r, 2 into pi is 22 upon 7, r is 3.5, so I am writing it as 35 upon 10 by removing the decimal, plus 13 meter. 13 and 13 is 26, plus, just see, 7 5s are 35. Okay, let us multiply. 5 2s are 10, or you can just write 5 1s are 5 2s are 10, 2 and 2 got cancelled. We are left with 22 meter. So just add them. 6 and 2 8, 2 and 2 4. 48 meter is the perimeter for this garden. What we have done, we calculated the length, right, because we are concerned about the perimeter of this garden. So this breadth I say, or the diameter, this will not be included, right? The reason is this is not the boundary, we have to take the boundary, so we will just take the two lengths and the circumference of these semicircular ends. So this is the perimeter for this shape. Now comes the area. So in area, what we will do, in area we will find out area of rectangle, that is length into breadth, plus area of these two semicircle. So half pi r square plus half pi r square. So this becomes length into breadth plus half and half becomes 1 pi r square. So what is length? 13. Okay, what is breadth? Just see, it is 7. The diameter is the breadth only. So 13 into 7 plus 22 upon 7 into r is 7. R is 7 or 35? It is 3.5. It is 3.5. So 3.5 into 3.5. So we can remove the decimal and just write 10 at the last. Right. So 13 sevens is 91. Plus, let us cancel the term. 7 ones are 7 5s are 35. Then we have 5 ones are 5. 5 2s are 10. 2 ones are 2. 2 ones are 1, 2 ones are 1. Then we are left with 11 into 35. So let us multiply 35 and 11. 11 5s are 55, carry is 5. 11 3s are 33. 33 and 5 is 38. So 385 we get. 385, and in division we have this 10. So we will put a decimal here. Right. So let us add 91 and 38.5. So we get 5. 8 and 1 9, 9 and 3 12. So 129.5 square meter is the area. See, I'm revising it what we have done and what was given to us. We were given a rectangular garden, right, and the ends were semicircular in shape. So we had to find the area of this garden as well as the perimeter. So for the perimeter, we'll take the two lengths and the circumference of these semicircular openings. And in the area, we will take the area of this rectangle which is there inside, whose length is 20. Whose length is 13 and the breadth is 7, and then the semicircular ends, half pi r square plus half pi r square we applied. R we know is 3.5 here because the diameter is 7, so radius is half of it, and we took this, and after solving it we are getting 129.5, right? Okay, so this is what we have done. Now let us practice one more question. Here they are saying there is a flooring tile, okay, has the shape of parallelogram. That means the tile is in the shape of a parallelogram whose base is given 24 centimeter and height is given as 10 centimeter, right? So we will write that base of tile is 24 centimeter and height, EIGHT, height of tile is given to us as 10 centimeter. Okay, now they're asking how many such tiles are required to cover a floor area. So the total area that we have to cover by the tile is 1080 square meter. See, it is given in square meter and we have this in centimeter. So either we convert the area into square centimeter or we convert these lines or these sides, that is the base and height of the parallelogram, into meters, right? Then we are going to get the correct answer. The unit should be same when we divide. Okay, then they're asking how many tiles we will require, right? So we can find out the area covered by one tile, right? And we have the total area, so we can divide the total cost with the area of that one tile to find out the number of tiles. So what will be area of tile from here? Area of tile is going to be 24, that is base into height square centimeter. So 240 square centimeter we have, right? Now area of the floor is given as area of floor. This is given as 1080 square meter, that means into meter. Now if I have to convert this into centimeter, 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. So I'll multiply 100 centimeter with 100 centimeter, 100 square centimeter I'll get. So we'll get 1080 and then 1 2 3 4 zeros at the back. Now what we have to calculate? We have to find out number of tiles. Okay, so number of tiles will be calculated as area of floor divided by area of each tile. That means one tile. So area of floor is 10800000 divided by, and because it is square centimeter, their units are going to get cancelled. Okay, so area of tile is given as 240. So cancel this 10. Can we cancel it? Yes. 3 8s are 24. So 3 3s are 9, and then we have 3 6s are, okay, so 3 6 are 18, and we have then 4 zeros, 1 2 3 4. Then can we cancel it? Yes, with 8. 8 1s are 8, 8 4s are 32. Then how much we are left with? 4. 8 5s are 40, and then 3 zeros we have. And both of the areas were having square centimeter as the unit, they got cancelled. So we are left with 45,000 as the number of tiles, right? And number of tiles will not have any unit. Many of the students write it, just the units got cancelled. So number of tile will just be 45,000. So 45,000 tiles can cover this area, right? If the tiles dimension are 24 as the base and 10 centimeter as the height. So whenever you find here, like I have written directly, you always have to write the formula also. You are awarded marks for formulas in exam. Okay, so understood this one. Let us move ahead with another question. Okay, so here is a question and it says there is an ant, as you can see, is moving around a few food pieces of different shapes. scattered on the floor. So she is moving in that shape only. Okay, now for which food piece would the ant have to take a longer round, right? That means they're talking about the perimeter of the figures. Remember, circumference of a circle can be obtained by using the expression 2 pi r, where r is the radius of the circle. So this is given for help, otherwise we know that the circumference is 2 pi r. Okay, so we see this is what in the first figure we see the shape is a semicircle. If 2 pi r is the circumference for the circle, what is for semicircle? It is pi r. So we will find out in the first figure circumference of a semicircle. So what it is going to give us, it is just going to give us this measurement. In the circumference, that diameter is never included, you know that. You know, for circle also when you calculate, you find the boundary, not the diameters inside. So similarly here in the semicircle, when we find the circumference, it is just the boundary, right, not the diameter. So we have to add that extra for finding the complete perimeter of this figure. So a circumference of semicircle is pi r, right? So let us take pi as 22 upon 7 into r is 22.8. So I can make it 28 and divide by 10. So this will be in centimeter. 7 4s are 28. 22 into 4 is 4 2s are 8. 4 2s are 8, right, divided by 10 centimeter. So it is 8.8 centimeter. Now this is just this length, right? In this what I have to add, in this I have to add, in 8.8 we have to add this diameter also. So plus 2.8, just see how much we get. 8 and 8 16, 1 is the carry, 8 and 2 10 and 1 11, 11.6 centimeter. This is the area or the path, length of the path that the ant will travel or will cross. In the second one, if we see, if we join this line, just see like this. If I join this line, we know this is 2.8, so this is also going to be 2.8, right, centimeter, and this is 1.5, then this is 1.5 centimeter. Now we know these three sides, we are just concerned with this circumference. So what will be this circumference? It is again 2.8, it is same as this, right? Of this, what is the circumference that we calculated? 8.8. So in that 8.8 we will add 1.5, 1.5 and 2.8. So we'll add 1.5, 1.5 and 2.8, right? This length, this length, this length and this much, and this much we have already calculated if the diameter is 2.8. Okay, so in this question it is given as an ant is moving around a few food pieces of different shapes scattered on the floor. So the ant is taking round all over the shape. Okay, that means on the boundary. Now for which food piece would she have to take a longer round? Remember, circumference of the circle is 2 pi r, r is the radius. So for the first one, okay, for the first A, we know that the ant will be moving like this and also on this. What does circumference give us? Circumference just give us the length of the curved part, right, in the circle, not the diameter. Diameters are never included in that. So here we will do what? How we will find? In 2.8 we will add the circumference of this semicircle. If 2 pi r is the circumference for the circle, then pi r is the circumference for the semicircle. So 2.8 centimeter plus pi is 22 upon 7 into r will be how much? If 2.8 is the diameter, 2.8 upon 2, that is 1.4. 2.8 upon 2, 2 ones are 2 fours are, so we get 1.4 as the radius. Just see, 2.8 centimeter plus 22 upon 7 into, we can remove the decimal, 7 twos are 14. So we get 2.8 centimeter plus 22 into 2, 2 fours are 2 twos are 4, 2 twos are 4, and because of this 10 we will put one decimal, that is 4.4. So in 2.8 we have to add 4.4. Just add them. 8 and 4 is 12. 4 and 2 6 and 1 7. 7.2 centimeter the ant will travel this much. So the ant is going to travel the distance 7.27. centimeter. Is that clear? So now for the second figure we will calculate for the B part of it. In the B part we see that the same semicircle is here. If I join this, the same semicircle is here. So for this semicircle, what is the circumference that we calculated? If you see students, 4.4. So 4.4 centimeter. In that what we are going to add? This is 1.5, this is 1.5 and this will be 2.8 centimeter. Right? So the ant, this is not given to us, this is what we have joined. Okay. Now, so this is 1.5, 2.8, 2.8, 1.5 and this is what the ant is going to travel. So the ant is not going to move on this part, right? This I have joined to just know the length of the diameter. Okay. And it is given as 2.8. So 4.4, in that we will add 2.8 centimeter. Also we will add 1.5 and 1.5. 1.5, 1.5 centimeter. So let us add them. What we get? 8 and 4 is 12. 12 plus 5, 17. 17 plus 5, 22. 2 is the carry. 2 and 4, 6. 6 and 2, 8. 9, 10. So we get 10.2 centimeter, right? Now for the third one, if we calculate, we will add this 2 centimeter plus 2 centimeter. Now if you join this, you know this is given as 2.8. So this is the same semicircle that was given here. So that is only joined here, and its circumference we have already calculated, that is 4.4. So just add 4.4 in it. So 2 and 2 is 4. So 4 centimeter plus 4.4 centimeter, that gives us 8.4 centimeter. So out of the three, in which one the ant has to take a longer round? 7.2, 10.2 and 8.4. So 10.2, that means in the second figure we observe that the ant has to take a longer round for the food. Right? So this is how we do these questions. Clear? Okay. So now we are going to discuss, okay. So what we have discussed in this, we have discussed the areas, the parameters of simple plane figures like triangles, parallelogram, square, rectangle and so on. And questions like this, where we have to apply our concept of perimeter to know where the ant has to travel more for the food. So these are all the application based question of the perimeter and areas.